Football facts presents. Best starting 11 coming through the youth ranks of Flamengo. Goalkeeper Julio César. César is considered as one of the best goalkeepers of his generation. He started playing for Flamengo at the age of 19 in 1998. With Flamengo he won 4 state championships and moved to Inter Milan in 2005. His time in Italy was very successful as he was the main goalkeeper of the team, which won 4 Italian championships, 3 cups and 1 Champions League, including a memorable treble in 2010. He is still active at the age of 38, playing for Benfica, where he has won 3 consecutive championships. With Brazil he was capped 87 times and won the Copa America once and the Confederations Cup twice. Centre-back Juan Silveira dos Santos. Juan made his debut for Flamengo in 1996 at the age of 17 and stayed at the club until 2002, winning 3 Carioca state championships. He joined Leverkusen and later Roma, where he won the Coppa Italia in 2008. In 2012 he moved back in Brazil for Internacional, where he won 3 Gaucho state championships. In 2016 he returned to Flamengo, where he so far added 1 more Carioca championship. With Brazil he won the Copa America twice and the Confederations Cup twice. Centre-back Aldair. One of the best Brazilian defenders, he started his career with Flamengo at the age of 20 in 1985. He won the Brazilian Championship and the State Championship before moving in Europe, where he would have his most successful years with Roma. He even acted as a captain of the team and was able to win the Italian Championship in 2001 and the Coppa Italia in 1991. With Brazil he won the World Cup in 1994, the Copa America twice and the Confederations Cup once. Right back José Leandro Ferreira. Leandro is one of the most beloved men in Flamengo, as he spent his whole career with the club. He was capable of covering the whole right side both offensively and defensively. At the age of 19 he made his debut for the club and was able to win 5 Carioca championships, 3 Brazilian championships and 1 Copa Libertadores. He was also capped 27 times and participated in the World Cup of 1982. Due to serious injuries he was forced to retire prematurely in 1990 at the age of 31. Left back Leo Jr. Jr. was playing at the same period as Leandro and was also part of the team which won the 3 Brazilian championships and the Copa Libertadores. He later moved in Italy, where he played for Torino and Pescara. In 1989 he returned to Flamengo, where he won 1 more Brazilian championship before retiring in 1993. He is the top performer for Flamengo with 874 games. With Brazil he participated in the World Cups of 1982 and 1986. Defensive midfielder Jorge Luis Andrade. Another player of Flamengo which dominated Brazil at the early 1980s was Andrade. The strong midfielder won the 3 championships and the Copa Libertadores before moving to Roma and later to Vasco da Gama, where he added a 4th Brazilian championship in 1989. In 2009 he was the manager of Flamengo, winning the championship, the first for the club since 1992. Central midfielder Adilio. Adilio spent his most important years at Flamengo. He started playing professionally in 1975 and stayed at the club until 1987, where he won 4 Brazilian championships, 4 Carioca championships and 1 Copa Libertadores. He played a very important role on the Intercontinental Cup in 1981, where Flamengo won Liverpool 3-0, scoring 1 of the goals. Attacking midfielder Zico. He was often called as the White Pele due to his magic on the field. Zico was the captain of the great team of the early 1980s. He made his debut in 1971 at the age of 18 and stayed at the club until 1983. After a 2-year spell at Udinese he returned to Flamengo, where he stayed until 1989. In total he won 4 Brazilian championships, 7 Carioca championships, 1 Copa Libertadores and 1 Intercontinental Cup. With Brazil he participated in the World Cups of 1978, 1982 and 1986. Despite the fact that Brazil had a great team at that period, he was only able to get a 3rd place in 1978. With 48 goals, he is the 5th all-time top scorer for Seleção. Right winger Zizinho. Zizinho started his career with Flamengo in 1986, where he would have 2 different spells, winning the championship twice, Carioca 3 times and the Brazilian Cup once. In 1992 he joined Palmeiras, where he had 3 different spells, winning 2 Brazilian championships, 1 Cup and 1 Copa Libertadores. He also played for Cruzeiro and Grêmio, where he also won the championship once with both. With Brazil he played 57 times and won the World Cup in 1994. Left winger Leonardo Araujo. Leonardo started his career in 1987 with Flamengo and won the championship on his first season and the Brazilian championship in 1990. He later moved to São Paulo, where he won the Intercontinental Cup in 1993. He also played in Europe for Valencia, PSG and AC Milan, where he had a very successful spell. With the Italian club he won 1 championship and 1 cup. He represented Brazil 55 times and won the World Cup in 1994. He also won the Copa America and the Confederations Cup in 1997. Forward Zizinho. According to Pelé, Zizinho was the best player he ever saw. He could do anything on the field and could play both as a midfielder or a forward. He made his debut for Flamengo in 1939 at the age of 18 and stayed at the club until 1950, winning 3 Carioca championships. 1 year earlier he was instrumental for Brazil at the Copa America, scoring 6 goals as Seleção won its 3rd title. In 1950 he was one of the greatest players in the World Cup, but Brazil had a shocking defeat in the final game, losing the World Cup at a packed-up Maracanã. He later joined Bangu, where he stayed until 1957 and then joined São Paulo. Do you believe that players like Adriano, Felipe Melo, Nunes and Moza should be included on this team? How can you compare this team to the one of São Paulo? Comment below. Don't forget to check the other videos about the youth academies. Thanks for watching.